Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel Shraddha's Physics. So in this part we will see some properties related to the gamma function, and that after we will solve some problems related to the gamma function. So let us begin our topic. So in the gamma function, if I will start from the Euler's form, so if you can remember the Euler's form of the gamma function, it can be defined as gamma, this is your gamma symbol, gamma of z, that is equal to limit n tends to infinite. This direct formula can be asked in your question. So this is gamma of z equal to limit n tends to infinite 1 into 2 into 3 into so on up to n divided by this is your z into z plus 1 into z plus 2 plus so on. This is your z plus n whole into this is your n power z. So this whole into n power z. So this is basically the representation of the Euler's form, and this is called the gamma function. And similarly for the this is for your infinite limit. Okay, this Euler form is for your infinite limit. And now if I define this Euler's form for the definite integral, so this is your Euler's form for the definite integral. If I will write for the definite integral, just try to make your own notes. For the definite integral, I can write the function that is gamma of z. This is equal to integration over 0 to infinite exponential minus t into t power z minus 1 into dt. And here the real part of z I can write this should be greater than 0. Okay. So the restriction on this z, it is necessary to avoid the divergence of the integral. Now from this expression, that is this gamma of z equal to this much, if I will replace here, if this t is replaced by u square, so let me write t equal to u square. If I will replace this t to be u square, then the gamma function now can be written as gamma of z will be equal to 2 into integration over 0 to infinite, this will be exponential minus, I am writing this is your exponential minus t square I am writing, because since u is the dummy index, so I can change this u to t again. So if you can remember the formula, so I am directly writing the formula t power 2z minus 1 into dt. That is, in place of t you have to just substitute the value u square, and that after substituting all this value, that is the derivative of dt is your 2 into u du. So you will get finally twice of the integration from 0 to infinite exponential minus t square t power 2z minus 1 dt. And here also the real part of z, it should be greater than 0. Okay. Now similarly, if I will put the exponential minus t, that is equal to y, suppose, now in that case also if I will write the gamma function, so these are the representation of the gamma function in the various form. So I can represent this as this gamma of z equal to the integration over 0 to 1, this is your log of 1 by t whole into this is your z minus 1 this power into dt. Since this t is the dummy variable, so whether I will write y or t, so these are your same. So when exponential minus t is considered to be y, then gamma of z can be written as this. Okay. Now the next is the Weierstrass formula. So this is just W E I E R S T R A S S. So this is your Weierstrass form. So this is for the infinite product. So if you write for this infinite products, so this gamma function can be written as, that is 1 by gamma of z, this can be written as equal to z exponential gamma z whole into this is your product over n equal to 1 to infinite 1 plus z by n exponential minus z by n. And here this gamma symbol, this is equal to, this is called the Euler-Mascheroni constant. Okay. So these are specially the gamma function representation. So the direct question can be asked in your exam. And this gamma function, that is the Euler-Mascheroni constant, this can be also written as, this is equal to limit n tends to infinite, 1 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3 plus so on up to 1 by n minus ln n, and its value is near about 0.577216. And you should note that the gamma function, that is this gamma of z, that symbol, the symbol, this is very important, the symbol gamma of z for the gamma function, this was introduced by Adrian Mary Legendre. Okay, so this one is very important, that is this Legendre. He introduced the gamma function, that is specially the symbol was introduced by Adrian Mary Legendre. Now we will see some important identities for the gamma function. So suppose the first one is, if I write the gamma of z plus 1, that is equal to z gamma z. So direct question can be asked, that is if it is given, suppose gamma of 3. So the gamma of 3 means we can write it as gamma of 2 plus 1. Okay, or this can be written as 2 into gamma of 2. Okay, now similarly we can write the other identities, that gamma of z plus 1, that is equal to, let me write gamma of n plus 1, this is just suppose gamma of n plus 1, so this is equal to n factorial. So what is this n? So if I will write the gamma of, suppose this question is gamma of 1 is given, so gamma of 1 means this is your gamma of 0 plus 1. Okay, so in place of n I can put 0, or simply I can write this is your 0 factorial. In this place I can write this is your 0 factorial, that is gamma of 1. 1 can be written as 0 plus 1. Okay, similarly this is your gamma n plus 1, we know this is n factorial, so this will be 0 factorial. And you should note that the value of 0 factorial is always 1. 1 factorial is 1 and 0 factorial is also 1. So here the answer will be equal to 1. Okay. Now the question is, then what is the value of gamma of 0? Then if the question is gamma of 0, then how you can calculate? Suppose the question is gamma of 0. You should remember directly the value, but still let me show you what is the value of gamma of 0. Now if I will put this expression, in this expression if I will put the value of z equal to 0, then let me write the expression, this is your gamma of z plus 1, that is equal to z gamma of z, or this gamma of z can be written as, or I can write gamma of z equal to gamma of z plus 1 divided by z. Now my question is, when z value is 0, that is gamma of 0, it can be written as gamma of 0 plus 1. So this will be gamma of 1 divided by z means 0. So the gamma of 1 value is 1. But here 1 by 0, its value will be infinite. So here gamma of 0 will be equal to infinite. Similarly, you can calculate the value of gamma minus 1 is equal to infinite. Gamma of minus 2, any negative number here will come, that will goes to infinite. Okay, that is when the n value here is 0. In this case, when n value is 0 and negative, then the gamma function is not defined, or it has the value infinite. Then the next property we can see, or the next identity I will write. So the next is gamma of z into gamma of 1 minus z. This is your important formula, that is equal to pi by sin pi z. This is your sin pi z. Gamma of z into gamma of 1 minus z equal to pi divided by sin pi z. And here also you should remember some important, like gamma of, you should note that gamma of half, its value you can directly remember, that is equal to root over of pi. Okay. Now the question is, if you have to calculate, suppose gamma of 1 by 2 into gamma of 1 minus half. Okay, this is your gamma of 1 minus 1 by 2. That is in place of z, if I will put 1 by 2, then this will be simply equal to pi divided by sine pi by 2, because z value is 1 by 2. So here from this expression you can calculate gamma of 1 by 2 whole square. This is equal to pi divided by, in this expression if you will calculate, so this will be pi divided by sine 90 is your 1. So this will be simply pi, or this gamma of 1 by 2 square will be equal to pi. So I can write this will be equal to root over of pi. So from this also you can calculate gamma of half value is equal to root over pi. Now similarly, if you have to calculate gamma of 3 by 2, if you have to calculate gamma of 3 by 2, then how you will calculate gamma of 3 by 2? Because you know, first of all, you know gamma of z plus 1, that is equal to z gamma z. So from this expression you also know gamma of half equal to root over pi. I can write this gamma of 3 by 2 as 1 by 2 plus 1. So now it is in the form of gamma z plus 1, where the z value is 1 by 2, or this can be written as z gamma z, that is 1 by 2 gamma of 1 by 2, where gamma of 1 by 2 is root over pi. So its value will be equal to root over pi by 2. Okay. Now similarly you can calculate gamma of 5 by 2. So this will be 3 by 4 root over pi. Gamma of 7 by 2, that will be 15 by 8 root pi, etc. Now the next is, if the number is now in the negative, that is the fraction, if it is in the negative term, that is, suppose you have been asked, that is you have to calculate gamma of minus half. Okay. Now you also know, again if you write the formula, you know gamma of z plus 1, that is equal to z gamma z, or gamma of z I can write this is equal to gamma of z plus 1 divided by z, because gamma of z plus 1 equal to z gamma z. Now if I put the value of z, that is equal to minus half, now this expression will be equal to, so this will be gamma of minus half plus 1, so that will be gamma of half. In place of z, if I will put minus half, then this will be minus half plus 1, that will be gamma of 1 by 2 divided by the z value is minus 1 by 2. Okay. And also you know gamma of 1 by 2 is a root over pi. In this expression we have already calculated gamma of half equal to root over pi. So this is equal to minus 2 root pi. Okay. So the value of gamma of minus half will be equal to minus 2 root pi. Similarly you can calculate gamma of minus 3 by 2. So gamma of, if I will calculate here, gamma of minus 3 by 2 will be equal to, this is gamma of minus 3 by 2 plus 1, that will be gamma of minus half divided by z, means this is your minus 3 by 2. If you will substitute this value, that is minus 2 by root pi here, then you can calculate the value of gamma of minus 3 by 2 will be equal to 4 by 3 root pi. Okay. Now let us solve some questions. If the question is you have to integrate 0 to infinite, the integration over 0 to infinite x power 1 by 2 into x power 1 by 2 into exponential minus x dx. The question is given like this. Okay. Now what will be the value of this? When you see the expression that is in the form of one algebraic part and another one is your exponential term, simply just try to remember the gamma function. As I have told you, gamma of z is equal to 0 to infinite, this is exponential minus t power z minus 1 into dt. So this is our expression for the gamma of z. Now this t is simply here x. Okay. Now we can write this is your t power z minus 1, this is your x power 1 by 2. So from this expression I can write this is your z minus 1 equal to 1 by 2, because in place of t here this is your x. So from this expression now we can compare the t power z minus 1 means x power half. So if we will compare these two, so this will be z minus 1 will be equal to 1 by 2, or I can write z will be equal to 1 by 2 plus 1, that will be equal to 3 by 2, or simply I can write its value will be equal to gamma of z, that will be gamma of 3 by 2. So what will be the value of gamma of 3 by 2? You know gamma of z plus 1, that is equal to z gamma z. Okay. So gamma of 3 by 2, it can be written as gamma of 1 by 2 plus 1. or this will be equal to 1 by 2 gamma 1 by 2. You know gamma of 1 by 2 will be equal to root over pi. So its answer will be equal to root pi divided by 2. Okay. So this is our answer. Now the next question. Suppose the next question is integration from 0 to infinite exponential minus x into x power 3 dx. Now again just try to compare that relation, that is your gamma of z equal to integration from 0 to infinite e power minus t into t power z minus 1 into dt. Now if I will compare this relation with this is your exponential minus x, this is your exponential minus t, it means t equal to x, and in place of x cube it is t power z minus 1, so 3 will be equal to z minus 1. So I can write z minus 1 equal to 3, or z will be equal to 3 plus 1, that is your 4. That is our answer will be gamma of 4. And also we know gamma of n plus 1, that is equal to n factorial. And here gamma of 4 means gamma of 3 plus 1. 3 plus 1 means this is your 3 factorial. So here the answer will be equal to 3 factorial. Or this will be equal to factorial means 3 into 2 into 1. That will be equal to 6. Okay. Now another question, let us see. The next question is, you have to integrate from 0 to infinite x square, this is x square, into exponential minus x square into dx. Okay. Now in this expression, let me write again the gamma function. Gamma of z equal to 0 to infinite exponential minus t power z minus 1 into dt. So now if we will compare this exponential minus square, here is the exponential minus t. So now this t can be written as x square. Okay. So this t is equal to x square, and here also in place of t it is also x square is written. In place of t it is x square is written, and this s square power will be equal to 1. Okay. This s square power will be equal to 1. And here this z minus 1 equal to 1, I can write z minus 1 equal to 1. But if you will see, this is your with respect to dx we have to integrate, but here this is your dt, but we have considered the t equal to s square, so we cannot solve in this way. Now how it will be solved? So let me show you. I have just told you that if this t is simply replaced by u square, so the integration now been changed, and since this is your domain index, I have told you this gamma of z is equal to twice of integration from 0 to infinite exponential minus t square. This will be t power 2z minus 1 into dt. Okay. So just try to remember this. Now you can see this is your exponential minus x square, and this is your exponential minus t square. So here you can compare with x equal to t, because here you have to integrate with respect to dt, and here you have to integrate with respect to dx. So now this x equal to t, and again this t power is 2z minus 1, and here since t equal to x, here the x power is 2. Now if I will compare, I can write 2z minus 1, that will be equal to how much? This is equal to 2. This 2z minus 1 will be equal to 2, or simply I can write the z value will be equal to, I can write this is your, or z equal to this 2 plus 1 becomes 3, this will be 3 divided by 2, z value will be 3 by 2. Or if I will solve this one, this integration value will be equal to 2 into this integration from, if I will write here, this is from 0 to infinite, this will be exponential minus s square, and in place of t, here I have to write x power 2 into z value is your 3 by 2. So 2 into 3 by 2 minus 1 into dt, and here the z value is your 3 by 2, or I can write this is equal to 2 into gamma of 3 by 2. sorry, let me multiply 2 and divide by 2, because you can see here gamma of z equal to twice of this much. So this integration will be equal to this 2 will be divided by this gamma of z. So when I will remove this 2 from this expression, I have to divide this gamma of z with the 2. So here if I will multiply 2 and divide it by 2, so then it will be, so let me correct this, just a minute. Yes, this part is now becomes, this is your 2 into this much is your gamma of, this is your gamma of 3 by 2, and this 1 by 2 is being multiplied here, because 2 into this much will be gamma of z. Now this will be equal to 1 by 2 into, you know, gamma of z plus 1 equal to z gamma z. So this gamma of 3 by 2 can be written as 1 by 2 gamma of 1 by 2, because this is your gamma of 1 by 2 plus 1. So in this part if I write, this will be again, this is 1 by 2 into, in place of gamma of half, this is your root pi. So that will be equal to root over pi by 4. I hope it is understood. Because in place of gamma of 3 by 2, you can write, this is your gamma of 1 by 2 plus 1. That is your gamma z plus 1 equal to z gamma z. So z is your 1 by 2. So that will be equal to 1 by 2 gamma of half. So in place of gamma of 3 by 2, if I will substitute this value, you know gamma of half equal to root pi. So its value will be equal to root pi by 4. So you should be very careful. You can see here, when this power is x square, this is your x square, and here also you will find the exponential power will be the same. But here you have to integrate with respect to dx. So you have to apply the formula gamma of z equal to twice of this much. Okay. Now let us solve one more question. So you should remember some basic formula, that is the basic question, like suppose gamma of 1 by 2 minus n into gamma of half plus n. So its value directly you can remember, half plus n, this is equal to minus 1 power n into pi. So if n value is given, n is any integer, you can solve this, but no need to solve here. You should directly remember gamma of 1 by 2 minus n into gamma of half plus n is equal to minus 1 power n into pi. If the direct question is given, the n value is 2, 3, 4, whatever it may be the value, so you can directly put the value, and that is your minus 1 power n into pi. Now I will tell you some important relation, that is the Gaussian integral, you may say. Some Gaussian integral relation, that is you may calculate from the gamma function. By using gamma function you may solve the integration from 0 to infinite exponential minus ax square dx. So its value is, you can directly remember, when the integration varies from 0 to infinite. Okay, so its value will be equal to 1 by 2 root over of pi by a. Okay, but here when the integration value varies from minus infinite to plus infinite, this will be simply pi by a root over. And now the next is, when the integration from 0 to infinite exponential minus ax square into x square dx. Now its value will be equal to, simply what you will do, you will take the derivative of the term a, that is here this is 1 by a root over, that is it is a power minus half. In this expression, this is your a power minus half, and every other term can be taken as your constant, that is 1 by 2 into root over pi. It is taken as constant. So now if we take the derivative with respect to the a, then this value will be equal to, this is your minus half into a power minus half minus 1, that will be minus 3 by 2. Okay, so you have to take the magnitude only. Okay, so this will be plus 1 by 2 into a power minus 3 by 2. So this will be into, this is your 1 by 2 into, in place of a power minus 3 by 2, I can simply write this is 1 by root over of a cube, and this will be equal to 1 by 4 into root over pi by a cube. Okay, you can directly remember, or if you cannot remember, you can just remember the integration over 0 to infinite exponential minus a square dx equal to 1 by 2 root over pi by a. Now similarly, if you multiply here the integration over 0 to infinite exponential minus a square, and here this is suppose x power 4 dx. Now you have to take again the derivative of this 1 by a cube root over. So this will be equal to 3 by 8 into pi by a power 5, because a power minus 3 by 2 minus 1, that will be a power 5 by 2, and this 3 by 2 is multiplied here, so that will be 3 by 8 into pi by a power 5 root over. So its value will be equal to this much. Now take another form of the integration. Suppose this is also the Gaussian integral. Suppose the integration from 0 to infinite, but here exponential minus ax square into x dx, that is the odd power of x, because from the previous we have already calculated, that is here this is your x power 0, it means this is your 1, x power 0 means 1, so this is your 2, this power is 4, that is your even function. For even function we have calculated, and here if I will consider for the odd function, that is x power odd, that is 1, here exponential minus a square into x dx, so this will be equal to 1 by 2a. If suppose this is exponential minus 2x square, this will be 2 into 2, that will be 1 by 4. If it is exponential minus 3x square into x dx, this will be 1 by 2 into 3, that is 1 by 6, and so on you can calculate. Similarly, if you will integrate from 0 to infinite, here we are considering from 0 to infinite, okay, exponential minus ax square is fixed, and here you have to multiply the odd power of x, suppose this is your x cube dx, and its value will be equal to 1 by 2a square. And the next, similarly, if you will integrate from 0 to infinite exponential minus ax square into x power 5 dx, this will be equal to 1 by a cube. Here no 2 will be present, simply this is your 1 by a cube. So you can calculate by using the gamma function also. So these are some important Gaussian integral that we have discussed, and also these are some basic properties of the gamma function, and here are some problems that we have solved. So this is all about the gamma function. So in the next part we will discuss on the beta function. This is all for today. Thank you all.